Good morning. I'm in my car filming a video, which you're gonna know about me is a very normal background to have. One, because I have natural light, which is really nice for filming and so you can see what I'm doing. Two, it's quiet when I'm by myself. No kids, no dogs, none of that crazy stuff. And three, I'm gonna turn off my car actually. Three, I have my palette with me, so it's super easy to just grab this in the morning and get in the car. So I'm going to be walking you through highlighting and contouring, hacking, which is for some people a different concept, but definitely worthwhile to try to implement into your routine, and you'll see why. I'll post a before and after. Normally I'm using a clutch, which is my wallet, and then all of my products go inside. But I actually took them out today because I wanted to show you, as someone who might be new to the product, this is how I started. I started with this little, it's called a HAC stack. And it has 2 layers, mirror on one side, 4 tins, and then you can kind of do some different stuff. So I put another couple of tins and then the eyeshadow I'm wearing today. So I'm going to work from this because this is what I would recommend you get as a starting out point, unless you want to do the clutch. I'm not going to tell you not to do that. So first we're going to prime. I have combination oily skin, so this is cream, but it works really well for my skin as long as I take steps. So the steps that I take, I use, I exfoliate every other day. I wear a very lightweight moisturizer in the morning, and I do prime a little bit. So this will work with some primers, but let's chat before you use a primer, because I know what'll work and what doesn't. This is step 1 by Makeup Forever. It works really well. So I put that on. I'm just gonna press it in. Some people use our setting spray as a primer. That works too. You just would spray it over your face and let it dry and then go from there. So highlighting and contouring, okay? So I am matched. So this is what I would do for you. I'd match you to colors. I'm matched to a base color, which we're gonna put all over my face. A brighten color, which is gonna go under my eyes to kind of brighten my eyes, bring my eyes, pop them out. My contour color, which you are contouring the face. This is like wearing black on your face. It's very slimming. I have a little bit of cheekbone just naturally. I have no makeup on. So you can see that shadow that I just naturally have. We're going to enhance that. If I was to put a base color like a foundation all over my face, this is the whole point. If I was to put it all over my face and not add back in some contour, it would look very unnatural, because like I said, naturally we do have contours underneath our cheekbones, which is a shadow, and then I create a little bit of a contour up here to recede the forehead, and then I contour under my chin to kind of recede this area a little bit. So it's like wearing black on your face. I love that, like a black dress, right? We wear black to feel slim. This does the same. Obviously it's not black, but it has the same effect on your face. So I primed my face, and now I'm going to apply my base color. I'm going to use the brushes how I use them, but if you only want to do a brush, what we would probably start you with is the 30-second hack, and then I would strongly recommend you do brush cleaner, because you're going to want to clean your brush after you use it on a color, because you can use one brush for all of your colors, blush, contour, base, but you need to clean it in between. So I'm going to use this how I would. So 30-second hack brush, this flat end is going to give me really good coverage, and I'm going to take my main color, my base color. We call it a highlight because it is going to highlight. So I'm taking that and I'm doing these stipple motions, and I'm taking the littlest amount of product. For me, I'm always using, it took me a while, I'm getting better, but it takes a while to adjust to the fact that you don't need a lot of product. The coverage is really nice. It has a very, very, very lightweight feel. Don't be confused by the fact that it's cream. I'm just taking a little swipe and then just dabbing. So downside of being in my car. the neighborhood noises. Dabbing into the product and then stippling it and kind of pulling it around my face. So see, did that and it feels like I'm wearing nothing. Going back into my product, stippling and kind of pulling a little bit. So just treat this like you would with your normal foundation. You're using it as a base color around your whole face. And we're gonna go right there. And you know what? I am actually gonna use the same end for my brighten shade. So I use Candlelit all over my face, and then I use linen under my eyes. So I'm gonna take the brush. You're gonna wanna use very little under here because your eyes, underneath your eyes, you might get some creasing. So you're gonna take the littlest amount, and sometimes what I might do, actually let's do it this way too. You take your finger and you just, sorry, interesting choice of finger. You just kind of press it in with the warmth of your finger, and it helps meld it into your skin. But see, that's a little bit lighter than my other colors I'm matched to, and it really brightens underneath my eye. So I might take, we normally have these shadows in the crevices underneath our eyes, so the goal is to look natural. So truthfully, it's probably not a bad thing to maintain a little bit of shadow because that's just how our faces naturally are. But I'm just tapping that in and then I'm done. So the next part is the contour, which I know some people are intimidated by, but you don't need to be intimidated. It makes the biggest difference in slimming and shaping your face, and I'll show you how to do it. It's no big deal. You do need a sponge, so I prepared by getting this wet and kind of wringing it out in a towel. That's going to be key for you. And then I'm also going to use this detail hack brush, this side. So I use the color Ash, and I take the product and I put the brush in, and it's like a kitten's paw. I had someone explain it to me that way, and to me it really resonated. So you just kind of take the product and you're gonna find your cheekbone. If you looked at your face before you had makeup on, you're gonna see where your natural shadow is, and you can see it right here on me as well. And I don't have intense cheekbones by any means, so you can feel around, but typically you're gonna start from the top of your ear. You're gonna want the most concentrated color back here, and then you kind of fade it forward. So what's nice about this brush is it will basically, anyway, it will fit underneath your cheekbone, and you're just gonna kind of wiggle it in that spot and then start tapping to blend it into your skin. And so you're gonna put the contour on. It's gonna look a little stark, but once we get your blush color on, it's gonna be a lot more natural. So be careful about blending too much away. You don't want to do that. I know you might be tempted to do that before you put your blush on, but I would suggest you do a little bit of blending. So you place it, kind of wiggle it around a little bit, and then blend. I would suggest you place the contour, blend it a little bit like I'm doing, and then put your blush on, and then we can go back with the sponge to make sure it all looks natural. So right there. And now I'm going to go around my hairline. And I'm going to go under the chin in that spot that I told you about, right there. Just make it recede a little bit. Okay, that's it. See? Easy. Sometimes people go, we'll just do it for the heck of it. You can go down the sides of your nose to create a little bit slimmer of a nose. That's pretty much all there is to that. And then you would go back with a finger, your main color, so for me, Candlelit, and kind of just put a little bit there. Okay, and I'm seeing sometimes my eyes with allergies get a little bit red underneath. So the creams play so well together because it's not like a liquid that dries down and then you're stuck with it. These don't set in quite the same way as a liquid, so you have extra time to play around, modify. You don't have to rush. So now that I've placed that down, I'm gonna go in with my blush, which I'm using Baby Watermelon. Smile. And I like to start a little bit So we want to keep it on the apple of your cheek, but I start a little bit further back because when I blend in with the brush, it kind of pulls forward. So if you smile and you place it right there, and then you're going to go in with, let's use, so I'm going to use the bronzer, the B² brush, because I use this for powder. Use this smaller side for blush. And if you want to do less brushes, we can, again, like I said, I can help you pick a brush. We'll just need to get you the brush cleaner so you can clean in between. So I blend that out, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side. And then just take the brush and blend. And then I usually go back and clean up in here because I don't want there to be too much, I don't want there to be blush that far in. I usually try to keep it this side of my eye, this side. So now, like I said, see how much more natural the contour looks? And I might give it a couple taps, but other than that, I'm gonna leave it alone. Now, I'm gonna do some illuminator, which for me, I'm gonna be using a powder, but we can also match you to a cream. The powder is a little bit more intense. I'm gonna use this one. This is on the bottom of my HAC stack. This is Photoshop, and I'm gonna take it on a brush, and I'm just gonna apply it right on the high points of my cheek. And I'm gonna take it on the other side and do the same. And the other step I like to do, which is not necessary, but again, why I kind of would live out of a HAC stack instead of just a quad, I like to do bronzer. So this is a cream bronzer called Bella. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it with the same side of my B² brush. So I'm going to take this brush cleaner. This is how easy it is. You just spray it on, and then you take it on the towel. I have one in my lap, and you just rub it, and it's dry right away. So I'm going to take my Bella bronzer right here, and I'm going to stipple my brush into it, and I'm going to take it around my forehead. I usually apply it with the brush. You can be with bronzer, it's just bringing more warmth to your face, so you can be a little bit more slappy with it, if that's a word. And I'll put it down here on my chin, under my chin, and then I'll just kind of do some circles, some blends. Again, other than my powder highlighter, we're working with creams, so they're all just kind of melting into each other. I swear, it's like, it's life-changing once you switch to creams. So that's it. Now I'm going to set my face with Stay Spray. So this helps with the longevity of your makeup, and it just is one last step for kind of blending. So I don't spray it straight on my face because it's a little too intense for me. So I take it on my blender and I spray it on the blender. And then this is the Perfector sponge, and then I kind of just tap it in. But this is a very natural look. I just did a class for a few girls, and everybody looks like themselves, just a little enhanced, which I think is a really nice effect that it has. It doesn't look super makeup-y. So I'm gonna go with some lipstick. This is one of my favorites, Bond Girl by Charlotte Tilbury. That's it. You guys can totally do this, okay? If you have questions, find me. I'll help you. It's been 14 minutes, and I've been talking the whole time, so we could easily get this done in 10. I think it's really fun. I totally am confident you can do it. So if you have questions, go look at my tutorials link in this website or the FAQs. Send me a message. Get a color match. There's all sorts of fun stuff we can do. Okay, I hope you found this helpful. Have a good day. Bye.